Trophy hunters have all got some dirty laundry. All of us do. We don't like to admit it, but we all have things we've done for trophies that we're not proud of. I've done things I'm not proud of. I think everyone here in the chat's done things they're not proud of. Today's topic for the Platinum Trophy Online is, what is the craziest thing you've done for a Platinum Trophy? Or as my thumbnail was, a Platinum Trophy. For those of you who are uninitiated, the Platinum Trophy Online is our weekly online live show. It goes for 1 hour over on YouTube Live every Saturday afternoon, or Sunday if you're watching on this side of the world. And then what I do is I cut it down and condense it into about a 20-minute YouTube video, which goes up the next day on YouTube for everybody to watch. So if you can't tune into the live stream, you can watch this over on YouTube after the fact, and maybe you are doing that as well, or maybe you're here live right now, who knows. As I mentioned at the top, today's topic is the craziest things we've done for a Platinum Trophy, and there's there are some crazy things that we've done for Platinum Trophies. I have a couple of really interesting, well, I don't have the interesting stories, but I have a couple of crazy stories, kooky stories to talk to you all about, and then I have a bunch of submissions that we got from you guys, the audience. You submitted your questions, your answers to the question on the community post of the page, and we're going to be looking at once the Discord server gets up and running, we're going to be looking at having people submit things through there as well. So that's sort of what the future of this is going to look like. Now, for now though, we've got a bunch of submissions that I want to go through for this topic. Now let's have a look at some of the correspondence we got. We got a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to start with this one thing from Mick. Mick's normally here. I haven't actually seen him in the chat yet. But Mick said the craziest thing he's done for a Platinum Trophy is that he's skipped meals to spend money on games just to obtain platinums. No, I don't think Mick's actually watching us just yet. He might not be here yet. He normally tunes in about 10 minutes or so into the stream. So I do want to ask Mick about this when he gets here. So when he gets here, make sure you type and ask how many meals did he skip? That's what I would like to know. I want to make sure this poor guy is not skipping too many meals, and he's still getting his nourishment that he needs. Otherwise, I mean, it could be a bit of a worry for us. We don't want poor Mick missing out on his food. That's not good at all. Oh well, that's the first thing I want to talk about. And then I sort of thought a good way to go about this is to talk about one of my, I guess it's a fond experience. I don't know if it's like the most fond experience I've had. Trophy boosting, and I you know, a lot of you guys are going to be familiar with trophy boosting. If you're not familiar with what that is, trophy boosting is basically where you fudge a multiplayer component of a game. It's when you force or you brute force a multiplayer component of a video game. So maybe you're grinding XP and you find a sort of exploit or a way to grind the XP without actually doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing correctly. I've done multiplayer boosting with myself, with other trophy hunters on many occasions, but there's a couple of them that really stand out. The two that I want to talk about today are the two craziest things I've done for a Platinum Trophy, I would say. Now the first is a little game called Bioshock 2. Bioshock 2? What are you talking about, Josh? Bioshock 2 is a great game. Single player story, awesome DLC, you get to play as a big daddy. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, but it has a multiplayer component as well. And on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, there was a bunch of multiplayer trophies. And DLC multiplayer trophies, dare I add. On the PS4, they cut all that out, thankfully. But on the PlayStation 3, us trophy hunters had to slog through hours upon hours of multiplayer content in Bioshock. Slogging towards getting a trophy for hitting level 50, and I believe a DLC trophy for hitting level 60 as well. Now, that's all good and fine, and the multiplayer actually wasn't too bad. It was at a time when multiplayer is being tacked on to pretty much every big franchise game that we are familiar with. You know, Tomb Raider got multiplayer when it really didn't need it. So did Bioshock. Pretty much every third-person or first-person shooter game back in the day had some sort of a shitty multiplayer component. Now, Bioshock, you played as the Splicers, and it was really just a standard first-person affair. It had some really cool elements to it. And you could become a big daddy, and there was a bunch of actually kind of neat stuff in there, but it was a very grindy trophy list. And there was an exploit in it where if you hacked a turret, and this is what trophy hunters found, is that you hack a turret, you got given 10 XP. And what you could do is you could have 2 people, one on each side of the turret, hacking the turret back and forth for hours upon hours upon hours, getting 10 XP every couple of seconds. There was even an upgrade path so you could hack faster, which you could unlock, I think, at like level 30 or something like that. So I went onto PSN profiles and I found I found a little buddy of mine, and he helped me out with this. And his name was Dankboy421. Dankboy421 and I went online every day. We stood in the corner of the map in Bioshock 2 and we hacked a turret back and forth. We didn't talk. I don't even think I ever spoke to him. I think we communicated on messengers, and then just with gestures by firing the gun in the air or teabagging the ground or something like that. And we did this for literally hours at a time, just back and forth, hacking the turret, 10 XP at a time, all the way to level 50. I reckon this would have taken maybe 2 weeks of daily boosting to unlock this trophy. And this is so ridiculous. I don't know why. I really wanted to do it. The service for Bioshock 2 online actually got turned off recently. Well, I say recently, I mean like 5 years ago. So it's actually not even possible to get the Platinum Trophy on the PS3 version now, unless you got those prior. So I guess it's kind of worth it. It makes it sort of a rare thing. But I do regret the time I spent with Dankboy421. You know, it was at the point where it started off and you get really, you start off really positive. You're like, yeah, we're going to do this thing. It's solidarity. We're going to do this thing together. That's what this is all about. And then as the days go by, you start feeling like, oh, I don't know about this. I think this is like not a good, this isn't a healthy thing what I'm doing right now. And it gets to the point where I'm like, oh, actually, I don't like this at all. And it got so bad that every time I would get to like that 4:30 time slot where I'd need to log on to do my trophy boosting, I would like look for excuses not to log on to my PlayStation 3 so I wouldn't have to go and do this thing. I'm like sitting there being like, oh God, my girlfriend's like doing some cleaning. I'll do the vacuuming. Let me do it. I gotta quickly do it. I'll message Dankboy. I'm like, hey man, sorry, I just gotta do some chores around the house. Gotta do some vacuuming. Gotta clean the shower and stuff. Like I can't log on just yet. Give me like half an hour. And I'm just trying to stall having to log on and do these trophies for as long as I possibly can. I'm like, oh gosh, how do I get out of this thing? But after weeks, we managed to finally do it, despite having an obnoxious level of anxiety. By the time we finally got the trophies done, we both popped that level 50, and I believe we actually pushed through and got the DLC trophy, I think for level 60 as well. It might even level 55, something like that. And me and Dankboy went our separate ways. And you know, actually last night when I was preparing my notes for this episode, I went online to my old PS3 account to see if he was still on my friends list, and he's gone. He's disappeared. He deleted me as a friend because I was going to message him so I could include something in the show, but he's long gone. He's long gone. So I don't know whatever happened to him. I don't think we ever spoke again after the trophy boosting with Bioshock. But oh, far out. All right, so that's my first story. I got another story to tell, which is actually significantly worse than that one. A lot of mine revolve around boosting. You know, there's been a lot of scenarios where my eyes have been bigger than my stomach, so to speak, with games. Yet I still keep coming back for more. Now, there's like so many games on the PS3 era. Like I said, they have multiplayer. Normally you need like 6 people to start a lobby, and my ambition so often is like, oh, you know what, I could go and knock a couple of them off. I could easily go and knock a couple of them off and get a couple of those ultra rare platinum trophies. And for a long time I was like very committed to doing that, to the point where I actually bought like 7 PlayStation 3 consoles. Confessional. And I used those for a different game. I'm not sure if you guys this isn't really another thing I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about a different topic, but there's a game called Inversion. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's like a Gears of War knockoff type game. It's actually not too bad, and that game required like 6 people to play online. I was like, you know what, instead of finding other people, I'm just going to do it myself. Why not? I'll take care of this. So I went to Target. I bought like 6 more PS3s, so I had 7. I hooked them all up to various TVs and screens in the house. I had controllers goddamn everywhere coming out my ass. I bought the game 6 times. I spent 100 hours or something self-boosting these absolute garbage trophies in Inversion for like leveling up your character, getting all the medals and stuff like that. It's something I'm not super proud of. It's something that I wouldn't do anymore. I'm too old for this stuff. As you can see, I've aged dramatically since those days. Look, those are the days when I was a real trophy hunter. These days I'm a semi-retired trophy hunter. That's kind of what this is. This is my retirement get up. It's the ultimate low. Platinum Bro saying I actually have the console still, TPH, because I was planning on doing like Resident Evil and a couple of other games back in the day. I'm talking like when the PS4 first launched. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep all this just in case I need them one day for something, and I've never really gone back and done it because I've just never hit that low point ever again. Doing this YouTube channel might get me there. It might make me sad enough to decide I want to go back and subject myself to that again. All right, let's read through some more correspondence. There's a fair bit of stuff that we got here from the comments, which I've kind of curated a little bit. Tapped a jar of mayonnaise for 40 minutes, which I thought was a pretty good one. I mean, we've all done that. We've all been there. We've all been there at 1 a.m. where we've tapped a jar of mayonnaise, right? Pretty bad, huh? So that's that. We also got this one here from Rugged Warrior, which I thought was really good as well. I did this. I did this one. Disney Universe has a few online co-op trophies, including one for beating a level with 4 players, and I didn't have anyone to help me, so I had to beat a level with 4 controllers on my lap and moving each one slowly while making sure I got other multiplayer trophies, so I only had to do it once. Now, I don't know how many of you guys remember Disney Universe. It was like before Disney Infinity, and it was like these little characters in Disney suits. I specifically remember doing this trophy with 4 controllers hooked up to my PS3. It was a nightmare. I remember you had to move each of the characters a little bit at a time. It was awful, but I thought this comment was funny because I've literally been there. I've been in this exact same situation as Rugged Warrior. Hang on a second, what's this? I think we got a call coming through. Hang on a second.
Hello, how's it going? My name is Steven Jerzak. Thank you so much, Josh, for letting me back on the channel, man. The craziest thing I've done for a Platinum Trophy. I'll briefly go through like why I even bought this game. So over quarantine last year, my girlfriend and I had a discussion just about some old games we used to play, and she brought up Motor Racer 1 that she used to play on PC. Obviously, when we saw there was a new one, we had to try it out. Trophies sorted by rarity here. Unlock the bonus chapter, earn 3 stars, succeed every challenge. That stuff was hard to do anyways. You basically had to master the game to do these trophies. But there's a couple trophies here. This one in particular, Champion of the World. Win a 10-player online championship. The problem with this is that nobody plays this game at all, and I found that out soon after I finished the story and tried to hop online for the first time, and there was nobody that was playing this game. I really wanted the platinum, so I tried to set up some sessions on PSN profiles, and I did set up like probably 4 or 5 sessions that not enough people would join or people wouldn't show up. Crazy thing I would do is I would start to message like recent trophy earners. I would just message random people on PlayStation. I've never really done that for anything before, but what led me to actually getting this trophy is the crazy part. So one person from the PSN profiles hooked it up and invited me into this random French group chat, and they had it all planned out. Like, it was crazy. It was like everything I was trying to set up was right there, already set up, waiting for me to just jump in and be a part of it. I was like talking with the translator. I know a little French, but not enough to communicate with these guys about the game. So, they were laughing at me, and there's 9 French guys laughing at me because I'm just trying to communicate with them and it's failing. But basically, yeah, we all just took turns. We all partied up, took turns, winning a couple races and a championship, and boom, pop the platinum. If you're interested in getting this trophy, hit me up. I do have a group chat that's still active. There's a few people trying to get it, but we just don't have enough people. So underrated game, pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I think this was like my 30th platinum. This is my most recently earned one. Yeah, pretty sick. Thanks for letting me share, dude. And
thanks, Steven. I appreciate you just interrupting the middle of my live stream to go on around about Motor Racer 4. Congratulations on your platinum trophy and your 30th or so platinum trophy. That's awesome, my friend. That is awesome. Steven is one of the big supporters on the stream, so decided to divide him on and get him to come and have a chat about some of his trophy hunting experiences as well. Now this little bit of correspondence here from Bobby I thought was really funny. Me and my friend played, and I like the reason, I guess it's because I see so much of myself in a lot of these comments. I've done this. Me and my friend literally played through Resident Evil like 7 times. But here, Bobby's come and said, me and my friend played through Resident Evil 5 multiple times to get the M500 to be able to beat the game on professional, and his game crashes and deletes his game data, and we have to play through the game 2 more times to get him the gun on the game because it makes professional difficulty easier. We ended up playing Resident Evil 5 7 times before we got the platinum trophy. I was actually speaking to my buddy last night about Resident Evil 5 and why we played Resident Evil 5 so many times. I can't remember why we did it, but we ended up playing that game like literally 7 or 8 times as well. I'm not even sure why. We must have been grinding XP or something, or there's obviously something that you earn for playing the game through on multiple different ways. I don't actually remember exactly what it was, but Resident Evil 5. I actually have another friend of mine who had a really good time playing through Resident Evil 6. Well, I mean, I say a good time. I'm not sure if it necessarily was a good time. I think it scarred him more than anything. So yeah, I don't know exactly. Oh, I think he might be calling in right now.
Okay, so the worst thing I have ever done for a Platinum Trophy on 100% is playing Resident Evil 6. Now, the Platinum Trophy isn't too hard, but what is really difficult is the DLC multiplayer. So what you have to do is you have to kill 100 player-controlled agents and 100 player-controlled zombies. That sounds really simple and really straightforward. Well, that's not the case. What happens is you're plopped into this map in a horde mode styled game. So basically you'll be facing hundreds of creatures of zombies, and one of them will be an online player, an alternative player, and you have to find them and kill them. So you can imagine, without any sort of help, it is pretty much disgustingly difficult. I spent maybe 10 hours trying to do this myself before I realised it was pretty much impossible. I, sank into a great pit of despair, and I did what any good hardcore trophy hunter would do, is I reached into the depth of PSN profiles to look for a boosting partner. Now I found a couple of partners, but my major one was some guy called, I believe his account was called Jables. I'm talking almost a year ago and I still remember his name. And we ended up meeting every day for a couple of hours every day, and this involved us meeting up and taking turns running into the same space on the same map to take turns killing each other. And now I'm talking like literally we would stand there and the other person would spend 10 minutes getting to that certain point just to be killed once. So as you can imagine, we had to take turns, so in the end we ended up doing 200 kills, and we were probably averaging 2 to 3 kills per 20 minutes. So as you can imagine, this took like up to 30 hours of doing the same mundane thing, and it was rather soul destroying. And it gets a little bit worse. I have another confession to make, is I was boosting with somebody else. I was 2-timing Jables with somebody else, and I wasn't boosting with this guy by very much. So I was boosting with Jables for like 3 hours a day for like 10 days in a row, and I was meeting up with this other guy and I was doing like an hour every other day. So it meant that I was a little bit ahead of Jable, so I was maybe 10 to 15 kills ahead of him, and what happened was I got my 100 kills, and I was so destroyed by this journey. I was like, I cannot keep going, and I retired and without helping Jables to get the trophy as well. It haunts me to this day. Just a big mess. I am a disgraceful gamer.
Mate, I don't know what to say there, Platinum Bro. I feel like betrayal, Jables, Resident Evil 6. Oh god, that game, man. That game. Oh, I don't even know what to think. I can't believe you left him in the lurch, though. That's the thing that... I think that's the thing, that the story that makes me so sad, is the poor guy. I'd love to know what you did when you left him. Did you just delete him as a friend? Did you just sign out and never sign back in again? It's so brutal, because the poor bloke would have been coming on to play the next day and you're not there, and he's like, oh, where's my friend? Where's he gone? He was helping me every day. Oh, mate, it's bloody brutal. Poor bloke. You guys are in this thing together, man. You're in this together. Oh, very good. Very good. We had a little bit of correspondence here from TPH Dragon. Now, this is a really big comment. I've just pulled it up here to use it as a bit of a talking point, but the general crux of TPH's comment is Little Big Planet had a like, share, and create trophy, and there was a trophy for getting a particular number of hearts on the level. A lot of you guys have probably played the original Little Big Planet, I imagine, at some stage. Now, that trophy required it was hard. Unless you're a really good creator, you needed to boost. The thing about it was no one really did it legit. No one did it legit. We all know no one did it legit. We all fudged that trophy. TPH's comment is talking about how he created an obscene number of PlayStation Network accounts so that he could essentially unlock the trophy for getting a particular number of likes. Oh, damn, Platinum Bro. I signed out and then he messaged me a week later saying, "Oh, I see you unlocked the trophy." I didn't reply to his message. Oh my goodness, Platinum Bro. Oh, why did you do that? Oh, it's so bad. I've always joked about this. I've never done this to somebody before, but I've always joked about it, especially when I've boosted on the PS4. There's been a number of times where I'll know I'm going to get the trophy first, and I'll always make a comment being like, gets the trophy, and then you see me sign out, and then you see my account disappear forever, and you never hear from me again. But that poor dude would have been sitting there waiting daily for you to come back and saying, "Where the hell is this guy gone? He was such a good dude." And then he then he looks at your trophy list. He's like, "I see what's happened here. This guy's bloody been two-timing me." Hey, thank you so much for the £5 there, Platinum Bro. I appreciate that, mate. That's gonna go a long way. Thank you so much, sir. Good sir. Good sir. And if anyone here, I'm like, a lot of people here obviously know who Platinum Bro is. I can see everyone in the chat is already referencing him, but if you guys want to hear about some of more of Platinum Bro's trophy adventures, check him out, PlatinumBro7 on YouTube. I'm sure he'll plug himself in there as well, so you guys can click on that link and go and check his channel out. Thank you so much for for helping me out with this episode, buddy. I really appreciate it. So we're talking about TPH and his Little Big Planet experiences. I did exactly the same thing as him. I actually found an easier way to do it, so I didn't have to create multiple PSN accounts through like a web browser thing where I managed to give myself a particular number of likes on Little Big Planet. But I am very familiar with what TPH is coming from. Now, I got this comment here from the GOAT, and I saw the GOAT was actually in the chat as well. He said here, someone paid him $800 to get the Platinum Trophy on Friday the 13th. Now, the GOAT, what does this mean, sir? Sir, what does this mean? Did someone really pay you? Did someone pay you that much money to get it? Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like $800 is a lot of money, but although Friday the 13th is notoriously one of the grindiest platinum trophies on the PlayStation 4, so I don't know. It's very grindy. I have another buddy called George who also, he loves going for grindy trophies. He's 100% trophy hunter, and he's platinum some of the hardest trophies that are out there. And it's very impressive when you see these kind of trophy lists. You're like, oh wow, this, he's really done a lot in terms of platinuming. Oh, hang on, what's that? Is that a call? Is that a call coming through? Get that new.
Oh. Hey Josh, sorry, let me, I was just perusing some content here. You want to know what is the question that you asked here? What is the craziest thing I've done for a platinum trophy? I would probably put that in the world of probably multiple console boosting. When I was working on the Fortnite Platinum, there's a trophy for placing 400,000 squares, 400,000 equipment, whatever is planks, wood. And they did an update to where while you're placing in your Storm Shield build, anyone that's allied with you could immediately destroy the same piece. So I just set up 2 characters to just constantly place and destroy the same planks over and over again, and probably let it run for a couple months straight every night just to get that trophy. It was quite a nightmare on my power bill. And I made a lot of friends boosting that game though. I did something similar with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite to boost all the ranked modes. If you want to go all the way back to Xbox, I mean, some of the skill-based ones I did was the all 5-star songs on DJ Hero. I was really into those games. That took a lot of practice. And then there have been instances where I've gone pure trophy crazy and messaged developers about busted trophies in their games. Like when I was doing Walden, a game which is kind of a tame platinum now. I was the first platinum on PSN profiles, by the way. You look it up, eGeorge __. There was a trophy for like collecting platypus eggs. And if you didn't collect them in the correct order according to the devs, the game would break. But we figured that out together, and I thought that was really cool. They were like, well, try going to all of the eggs in this order. And I ended up going through all of them and getting it. And my now wife's family was in town watching me do it like a maniac over Christmas break. My now father-in-law was like, hey, what about that egg over there? It seems like not so crazy now because the trophy is like a 13% or so. So a lot of people have gotten it because they've just fixed it. But you can thank me for that. Love you, Josh. Also, subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to his channel. It's a good channel.
Thank you for the plug at the end there, but that's my buddy E George. He's a Twitch streamer over on Twitch, eGeorge_. You can go check out his stream if you want. He streams party games, but he's a massive trophy hunter as well. And George's got one of the most impressive trophy counts I think I've seen ever. He's got an enormous amount of trophies. This guy platinumed Fortnite. No one has platinumed Fortnite. That's insane. Fortnite. I don't know, man. That's pretty intense in my opinion. He's done pretty well there, I'd say. I think this is a good place for me to talk about my grindiest platinum trophy that I've earned. This is the grindiest. It's definitely the most time consuming that it's ever taken me to get a single trophy in a game. And it's from a little game called Resistance 2. Now this is on the PlayStation 3 again. Resistance 2 again. Great single player story and awesome single player component to it, but it had a co-op component and a multiplayer component as well. The co-op stuff was brilliant. It had this really revolutionary co-op mode, which I don't actually think a lot of games have nailed today. Now, sadly, the servers for this game got shut off in like 2012 or 2013. It was a long time ago, but Resistance 2 also had a multiplayer mode, very traditional first-person multiplayer mode, and it had a trophy in it called Killing Machine. Now, this trophy was for killing 10,000 other players. Yeah. You heard it right. 10,000 other players. 10,000 players. And that's just an enormous amount of grinding for a single trophy in a game. I think it was a silver or something. I might have even been a bronze because you know what? Insomniac, just shove a bronze in there. It's interesting actually seeing that because Insomniac have come so far from a stupid trophy like that in a game to producing Spider-Man, which I think actually beat for beat has one of the best trophy lists that has ever existed. I think it's accessible. I think it's difficult. I think it's perfect. It's the perfect trophy list in my personal opinion. There's nothing missable, closely followed by maybe Ghost of Tsushima. Anyway, Killing Machine required you to kill 10,000 other players. These are PvP kills, which is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. There's no quick way. Like it's just time consuming. So what I did is we used two of my consoles, and me and my wife, or my wife now, or one of my friends would sign on every day. And we would find each other in a map. If you played on an obscure game mode on a obscure like regions server like Oceania where no one's playing, you could go to a location on a map, you could queue into a game yourself, and it would just be you and your boosting buddy and no one else. So what you would do is you would queue into a mode, you would get someone to stand in one spot where he could see the spawn points, you get another person to run to you, and you would just kill that person over and over and over again. I decided to boost this one myself, so me and my partner or my friend helped. So I didn't actually have to help anyone else do it, because helping someone else do it would mean it was 20,000 kills, and I was like, you know what, I ain't about that life. I ain't gonna turn into a goddamn Jablinski or Jables here. I'm gonna do this one solo. So we did it solo for maybe 3 or 4 hours a night, you know. But you can imagine, like, you play a round of a multiplayer game, you're getting like 30 kills for a round or 40 kills for a round. And that's like if you're boosting. So, you know, in an evening, you'd only be accumulating a couple of hundred kills. Keeping in mind you need 10,000 of these. I think this took me anywhere between like 70 to 80, maybe more hours to unlock this trophy. We literally played this game for 3 or 4 hours every single evening, even on date nights, for I would say like 5 weeks, maybe more. And you know, between me playing with her and me playing with one of my other friends who helped me boost, another IRL friend who helped me, we just chatted as we were playing through it or doing these kills. It was an enormous undertaking for this absolutely ridiculous PlayStation 3 trophy. I have no idea why a trophy like that would exist. Like, if you did this legitimately, this is literally a couple of 100 hours, I would say, to unlock this platinum trophy, or this single killing machine trophy. And you'd have to be good. You'd have to get good at the multiplayer in order to be able to get there as well to do it. It's a tough one. It's such a tough one. And it's honestly, well, this one is not maybe as like embarrassing as getting like 5 or 6 consoles to boost. It's not quite as egregious as something along those lines. It's definitely one of the lowest points from a trophy hunting perspective. This trophy gave me so much anxiety. It was awful. It was a terrible experience. And I don't envy it. And the beauty of it now is that no one can earn this trophy because it's gone forever. They actually completely they removed the servers, like I said a while ago, and as a result of that, you can't earn the trophy anymore, which means it's kind of an ultra rare trophy now. So I mean, that sort of works for me. It means that at least it wasn't all for nothing. It means at least I have something to flex for it. Stephen, thank you so much for the super chat. Stephen is leaving. Hey, thank you so much, Stephen, for tuning into the stream. I appreciate that. Thank you for being a part of it as well, mate. I really appreciate your little cameo there at the beginning. Yeah, so those are my two like sort of most egregious ones, the Bioshock and I would say Resistance 2. They're probably two of the lowest points in my trophy hunting career that made me like question a lot of things. And I really don't trophy hunt quite as much anymore. I think a lot of these like marathon type experiences aren't for me these days. I was actually speaking with PlatinumBro. I'm not sure if he's still here or he's gone to bed. I was speaking with him last night, well, in the morning I guess for him, but last night for me, and we were talking about how much time we spend gaming, and he was saying I think he spends about 10 hours trophy hunting these days a week. And I was like, yeah, I'm like half of that now, literally half of that these days. It's just I don't have the time or the patience, I think, is probably what it comes down to more than anything. Now, one of the other interesting bits of correspondence we had was something that popped up a few times, actually. A topic that kind of came up a couple of times. And I thought it was interesting that I just actually saw someone in the chat there mention girlfriend, get a trophy hunting wife from Michael there, I see. Now, we had a few of these, and I've been in this boat a few times too. Attached one of my girlfriend's hair bobbies to the controller, so Noctis would run around leveling him up. Survival stat overnight in Final Fantasy. We had this one here, actually the same thing. In Final Fantasy, I had to use my sister's hair ties to put them around the joystick to level up Gladys. Survival ability, which would only level up if you walked around for hours. And then left the original Ratchet & Clank remaster on during the whole night in order to exploit an infinite bolt glitch, which I definitely did myself. I remember that one. Rubber banding a button or something down so you'd keep pressing the, I don't know, it was a ridiculous situation to get the rhino. I remember that was a burden. So it seems like hair ties on joysticks and analog sticks seems to be something that we all have in common. And one of my friends, Michael, actually, over at PS3 Gaming Scotland, has had a bit of experience with that as well.
Hi, I'm Michael. I run PS3 Gaming Scotland. It's a variety gaming channel here on YouTube. So a friend of mine, Josh at the Platinum Trophy, has asked me to describe the craziest thing I've done for a Platinum Trophy. So in this case, it was in Rocket League. For one of the trophies, it was Far Far Away, where you have to drive 50 kilometers on the same set of tyres, or just I think in general. So what you have to do, or what I did, was set up a private match, got an elastic band, wrapped it around the analog sticks in a figure of 8, and yeah, just let the car go round in circles. And then 4 hours later I went back, I had got the trophy and the platinum. So yeah, thanks very much for letting me be in the video, mate. Have a good day. Cheers.
Good on you there, Michael. I appreciate the little bit of correspondence we got from you there, buddy. It was awesome. So yeah, I think all of us have done that at some point, right? We've used the rubber band technique to grind a stat in a game, or to get your character to move involuntarily in a game. I think Mafia, you could do something like that as well, getting the 50k driving trophy out of the way and stuff. There's a few situations where that's been an occurrence, which is quite funny, I thought. So yeah, that's another little story there about hair ties. That's probably a wrap for this week's episode of the Platinum Trophy Online. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hey, if you're watching this live or you're watching this later as a VOD or a video on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave your comments down below about some of the craziest things you have done for a Platinum Trophy as well. It'd be really cool to see some additional correspondence down below and get some additional takes from all of you. I'll make sure I try and reply to some of the comments when this video goes live. If you are a new viewer of the channel and you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button somewhere on the screen. Really helps me out and helps me get in good settings with the algorithm. Don't forget to hit a like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, folks, for tuning in. I really appreciate you all tuning in. If you are not aware, I also stream over on Twitch, so it'd be great to see some of you guys pop over on Twitch. I stream a lot of games over there, and I think I have a little video from past Josh to talk about that.
Why hello there, you've caught me during one of my mini video game sessions. Now I hear you all asking in the comments, why don't I play more games on the YouTube channel? Well, it's because I stream over on Twitch. That's Twitch. Yeah, that's right. I stream over on Twitch twice a week on a Wednesday and a Friday. We stream at 9 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time every single Wednesday and Friday. At the moment, we have a really cool retro series called Throwback Wednesdays going, where we're playing through the entire Sly Cooper trilogy, which is actually 4 games. I'm also playing some Hunt Showdown on Fridays. It'd be really appreciated if y'all could head over to the Twitch channel, hit that follow button over on Twitch, and then come and join in on the fun when I'm live. Hopefully, I'll see you over there. Bye for now. This is a cool controller, right?